we are live. Welcome to our new comedy show, Two Stortenbeckers and a Golden Retriever. Two siblings and a dog.
Nice.
Two pirates in Air Bud.
Okay, yeah, that actually would work.
Yeah.
I
Air
forget we're
Bud,
related
Yo
to
Ho
pirates.
Edition. You know.
There.
So hello, we are live. Christine are you ready?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, I'm ready.
Is Briar judging us?
Probably.
No, she's just deeply confused.
We should probably let her
yeah,
start.
So was the Golden Retriever at the dog show yesterday. It was,
You know, a lot of their life is just like, what?
it tried to go for, I don't know, something while the handler was walking it.
Oh.
My favorite was Leslie Jones as she's reacting to this pit bull that is absolutely enjoying all of the chin scratches that it's getting. Like, just, you can tell by its face, and she's going, he don't want to be there. None of these dogs want to be here. I was just like,
Oh, they do. They do.
like, I mean,
Scratchy Scratch Dog. They're very happy.
So, anyways, I mean, like, it was like walking around with that, like, you know how they'll do that open jawed thing where it could be they're stressed out or they're very, very, like, just relaxed.
Yeah.
Its owner kept having to tap it below the chin to get it to close its mouth.
I saw a post the other day that was like, just spit in your dog's mouth to get it to stop panting. Like, fucking ew, man.
That's gross. But also, why would you do that to the dog? They're trying not to die.
Right? And also, like, that works. Just doing this works. So, like, it works.
You can't do that with tigers, apparently.
Well, yeah, no.
Apparently, one of the podcast people that I listened to, or he was on a show, he was talking about the fact that he was playing with somebody's, because the guy rehabbed big cats. From what I understand, he's like, don't play with the tiger like that, because, like, he's not going to understand it. Like, you can't. Don't let him
Not
bite
even
you.
all dog breeds would understand it.
Yeah, don't let him bite you. Yeah, schnauzers were one they told you to be careful about how you train them because they will get aggressive. Aha! Okay. I'm gonna add Deja in, and we'll say hello to all of the people that are here. We have Brianna, the first.
Hello.
And then who else do we have? We also have Bree from Books.
Oh my gosh, thanks, Bree. She loves her too.
Yeah, everyone loves your dog, Christine.
Aww.
Hi, Deja. How are you today?
Hey. I mean, nothing much. I've been painting all day.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
girl.
Nice.
We got a full squad going.
Yes,
Right?
we do.
Oh yeah. I'm not even
I
gonna
was
fall
like-
asleep this time.
Are you sure you're not going to fall asleep this time, Christine?
Mm-hmm.
I will believe it when I see it.
We'll see. We're going to 10:30, 11-ish. So,
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
all right. So, let's go ahead. If anybody wants to, well, not if anybody. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves real fast for the people who may not know you? It doesn't look like there are any in the audience right now, but you never know. Someone might watch this back later. Would
This
someone
is
other than
Brian.
Christine like to introduce themselves?
This is Briar.
This is Briar. She is the animal companion of the other Christine that reads. She is a golden retriever, and she is a very good girl.
Thanks.
She looks like a good
True.
girl.
Oh. Yeah, I'm Christine. Nice to see you all again.
Christine's just like, everyone knows who I am. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next.
It's the important piece.
Since you've spoken,
Next.
I guess I
Right.
will.
since you've
Hi.
spoken, you just volunteered
I guess.
yourself.
I didn't mean to, but all right, I'll step in line. The world needs me. Hello, I'm Dan. I am the word nerd's brother. I am a frequent and only guest over currently at the YouTube channel The Anechoic Chamber, featuring deep dives into interesting scientific topics where we kind of show you a little bit on what's going on under the hood with scientific discoveries. Some of the latest ones, the last two, we've done papers that just came out this year. So like really like cutting edge science work, and I'm working on a fantasy novel because a D&D campaign that had a character that I really liked fizzled and died.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but that's good though. Turn it into a novel. Sell it to millions.
Yes.
Yeah,
Watch
no.
me be the more popular one. Anyways, his channel and Deja's channel are linked below. I'll give you a minute to introduce yourself, Deja, but I do need to drag him first. I love how you say frequent and only guest when your channel or the channel has 2 videos up right now.
It'll have 3 soon enough.
So just putting that out there. I do have it linked down below. It will take you a while to get through those videos, so don't worry. You got plenty to watch and be.
They are. And that is true. I am a fan of long form content, and this is like that, but like mistakenly, like a mistake of so long. It's great.
All right, Deja, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi. I've been here before on Margaret's channel. My name is Deja from Diary of a Reader. I just talk about books and anime and K-pop and stuff like that. That's about it.
That's the life.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you watched FMA yet, Deja?
Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yeah.
Multiple times. Both of them. Brotherhood and the original.
Ooh.
I like how she
all-time favorite anime.
About anime, and you're like, have you watched the most popular one?
No,
I'm not sure it's the most popular
that
one.
Was leading to somewhere. That was leading to somewhere. Yeah, it's definitely not the most popular one. It's definitely like Naruto or Bleach.
Okay. It's pretty well known.
It's One Piece. Thank you, sister.
I've never watched One Piece though.
It's so good.
It's like 900 episodes. Like I don't want to get invested in something that long.
But it is so good.
I know everybody says that.
Besides, if you've watched Naruto, you've done 700 episodes. Like, come on.
I started watching it when it first came out. Like, One Piece is so far ahead that I'm kind of just like.
So if you started a new series right now, would you regret the fact that in 10 years it was still running and you were still watching?
No.
Then how is that any different? How is that any different? Just because you know it's running 10 years and it's there doesn't change the speed at which you would digest the content, which is whatever you're comfortable with. Just saying, oh no, there's so much there, it means you know there's good stuff there. I don't understand.
It just seems overwhelming when I see that number.
It's really not, I promise.
Anyway,
each story arc is still good.
I bring that up because I'm starting to reread Fullmetal Alchemist next month. I've been waiting forever.
Hell yeah.
Also, it is my favorite anime ever, like, to exist.
All right, Jerry.
What? It's the best one. Bleach and Naruto did the big boobied women are the one that get the girl rather than the girl that he actually hung out with.
I mean,
I don't know.
In defense of Bleach, right?
Women deserve
Rukia and Ichigo would have never worked because technically Rukia's dead.
I know, but that makes I still
you
ship
know.
them. I'm not as mad about Naruto because I also shipped Sasuke and Sakura, so I like shipped her with both of them. It's one of my few multi.
That's all right. To steal a next Taku meme, Sakura didn't have any fans anyways, so.
That
I don't
not
actually
true.
dislike her.
Yeah.
That is
really
not
that
my
bad of a character.
My sister is the one true Sakura fan.
Actually, no. I have friends that are much more into Sakura than I am. You should see their Twitter.
Oh.
I'm not into her, but I'm like, I don't hate her.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll see. I might eventually get back into Naruto. I'm probably not going to get back into Bleach because like that was my ship and it didn't sail.
You should get back into Bleach.
Bleach ended terribly, so like, yeah.
First of all, they're actually animating the last arc, the Thousand Year Blood War. Okay, real quick, rewind, quick story.
Blood War, because I thought
What
the
have I
last arc
done,
was the Soul
Christine?
King thing, right?
Because
Join
I
Or does
love
Blood Arc
Bleach.
go to the Soul King? I
You
can't
said the
remember.
Soul King?
Yeah, like the when they go
Spoilers.
and meet the Soul King in the Soul Society.
Hold on, wait, pause. I did not read the Thousand Year Blood arc. I never read the manga because I spent however many seasons watching Bleach, and I was like, I am not reading it to end it. I'm waiting until they animate it. I knew it was coming. I knew it in my soul, and I was right. 2020, we get the news that they're animating it. So I've never read it. I don't know what happens. I don't know anything about the Thousand Year Blood arc. I realize it's been like 4, almost 5 years since Bleach ended, but I never read it.
I mean,
Has it really
so
been
like
that
the
long?
criticism is basically by the time they got to the final arc, Tite Kubo was kind of like very tired of the production schedule that Shonen Jump wanted him to jump through the hoops for. So his quality of art was dropping. His stories had repeated a couple of times, and this one just kind of it was rushed. It was very rushed. So hopefully, since they're animating this, they can in fact improve it. I would love to see Tite Kubo actually have the time to develop the work that he wanted to do. Because it is an interesting story.
No,
But,
it is not about detergent. It's about a manga.
Oh,
Japanese anime titties. It's so good.
very good.
Why Bleach though? Or why?
Directed into the bloodstream.
All the chicks
For
that like
real?
Bleach are either like extremely endowed or practically flat chested.
I mean, that's the way they are
There
in
is
most
no
anime.
healthy medium.
It is true.
There is a healthy
Anyways.
medium.
I mean, at least
Really
it has
is
more
not.
variety in character than One Piece. Because what's his face?
Only knows how to
Shiro
draw one
Oda.
woman.
I love him, but he only knows how to draw one attractive woman, and it's at least one attractive woman face.
He's also
The body types can be different, but also like the girls are so similar. The only thing that changes them is their hairstyle. It's like
and the
wow.
color of their hair, which you can't see. If I remember correctly, he's a whoever does Rurouni Kenshin stand. Like he defended him when that dude was accused of pedophilia, which has been
bit. Well, he just mentioned that he had a good working relationship with them or something, I believe.
Yeah. Anyways, I was like, oh, I guess I just don't need to because there are so many freaking chapters.
Rurouni Kenshin was a classic and will forever be one of my favorite anime.
Yeah, I'm sad. Well, I liked the anime, and then they made that stupid realistic one where
I didn't watch
Kenshin
it.
dies. I hate it. I hate it. They both die at the end, and it's awful. I'm like, why did you have to make this realistic and sad? It was a fun manga. It was a fun manga, and you had to ruin it. So, anyways, okay. How about we do our first sprint? Oh, I didn't do the screen sharing because I'm dumb. How about we do our first sprint here in a second? And we have a timer that I actually can use the timer for. Okay, there's that. Oh, wait, hold on. So, speaking of, we've introduced ourselves now. What are we working on today? That's
My
a
book.
helpful thing to talk about. Your book.
My little book.
Yeah, Christine is blowing all of us out of the water because she is going to have 1 nano.
I am at
Saturday.
Exactly 44,000 words.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Overachiever.
But that's
Why
still
can't you just wait until the
more.
last minute like the rest of us?
Exactly.
Because Margaret, my heart would stop. I don't have the resolve.
Anyways, what is everyone else working on?
I guess I'll go first this time.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still working on my novel. I actually had to put a break on it for the past week because my laptop, the screen broke, and I had to get it sent in to get repaired. And I was like, I didn't realize how big of a impact that would be because I've been kind of using my mom's laptop when I could. So my writing has been almost nothing.
All right.
says, yeah, he's only been writing podcast scripts.
It has been largely that. Well, that and a World Bible, which I will like.
Ooh, Courtney made it. Hi, Courtney. Hello. Courtney is going to make all of us strive to achieve higher word counts. Is what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, that's true. My sprints are pretty silly in comparison.
Yes, and then let's see. Bree is giving us or is participating in the something that is much more fun, eating burritos.
I also have food.
Less brain pain.
Eating burritos is all right, but like it's not so good a food that I would prefer to do it over creative efforts. I wouldn't prefer it over being here with you three.
Aw, thank
you. Behave yourself. I will come into the next room and hit you. He's like
no.
He's one room over.
So you're saying
okay, Deja, I was gonna have me some sweet potato casserole for dinner, but then my mom had to be all extra and make beef stew.
I mean, she made food. I don't understand why that's so bad.
I mean, she did make
food. She's like,
oh no! How dare they do something nice for us?
Exactly. Sweet potato casserole.
You can eat sweet potato casserole afterwards.
Besides,
speaking of things that are sweet, like yesterday when my family got together for Thanksgiving, my dad brought sweet potato pie and he brought apple pie. I don't like sweet potato pie, right? And I vaguely hear him in the back say, "Does anybody want a slice of apple pie?" I thought that had answered, "Not right now." Later on, I go to get some apple pie. He done ate it all. I was like,
"Oh my
God!" I was like, "Y'all didn't have no pumpkin pie. Y'all ate the apple pie." I was like, "What is going on this year?" Tragedy.
2 pies only. That's only 2 people get pie.
Right? Like, what?
She's not wrong.
Like, I literally sat there, watched my dad eat a whole sweet potato pie by himself, and then eat like half of an apple pie.
2 pies here, too.
And who's eating those pies? 2 people.
Exactly.
Me and Mom.
That's the ratio of people to pie. 1 pie per person. Don't touch my pie.
My mother would likes to tell the story. So we have uncles, and apparently our grandmother would cook pies for them when they would go off hunting. And basically, it was a little more egalitarian because she would cook the pies in the night, and then they would wake up to go hunting in the morning, and they would just cut it down the middle, and one would take one half, and the other would take the other half, and that would be their breakfast.
Yeah, that sounds about fair.
The whole half pie.
I will have pie for breakfast. If there's pie in the fridge and it's breakfast time, I'll eat it for breakfast. It's pie.
I feel like you would also eat it for lunch.
Half the pie, though?
Sorry, which kind of pie?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie here.
It's pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I love pumpkin pie.
Oh, pumpkin pie is great.
The only kind of pies that I'm not like big on are cherry and blueberry.
Yeah.
Blueberry, I like. Cherries, there are better fruits out there.
There are, right?
Yeah. Apple.
I like blueberry a lot.
A good strawberry rhubarb?
Mm-hmm. What? I can't eat that one. All right.
Wait, is this a Canadian thing? Do you guys not have that?
No, I
strawberry and rhubarb.
It's a thing somewhere in America, but like,
I don't know what that is. And this is I'm from Texas, so
no wonder there's so much strife in your country. I'm kidding. Like, why you like strawberry rhubarb?
I mean, it's possible that we do have it. I've just never heard of it.
It's more. You see it more in the northern. It's like a northeast. It's a northeastern pie.
I've definitely heard of it before. I know it exists. I just can't eat it because strawberry. Anyways, so
I might see rhubarb pie in like the southeast. I think that shows up sometimes too. But like strawberry rhubarb pie, I actually haven't seen those two together.
What?
Rhubarb's rare.
It was bad enough. You look for that strawberry rhubarb.
I feel like we kind of broke her a little bit.
We broke Christine. How about we go on a sprint so Christine can
She's
pull
like,
herself together?
She's Canadian. It's
Ooh.
easy and it's okay because the healthcare system will put her back together eventually. It's fine.
True. Yeah. And then I'll eat my feelings away in strawberry rhubarb flavored anything I want.
That's a whole nother conversation, Ben. That's a whole nother conversation.
It is a whole nother conversation, but it's a fun one. Also, wait, strawberry rhubarb, anything that you want?
Not really, but like
I was about to say that's a Canadian thing.
like
for
I'm about to
sure.
say, is strawberry rhubarb kind of like pumpkin spice
Canadian thing.
down
That's
here?
such a Christine thing.
but you can get like strawberry rhubarb jam, strawberry rhubarb crumble, like anything dessert wise. You could get it strawberry
Interesting.
rhubarb.
Pumpkin
Oh,
spice.
and then there's raspberry rhubarb.
Wait, which part of Canada are you in, Christine? Are you in Ontario or
Ontario? Yeah.
Okay.
All of my friends are from Ontario.
The capitalist business center of doom.
Yeah. 2 out of 2 of my Canadian friends that I know of both live in the same city.
Well, I mean, okay, the fact that we live in the same city is a coincidence. The fact that we live in the same province is just statistically likely. But yeah.
It's Canada. There's very few
There's
worthwhile
3 of
areas
us.
to live.
We live in Ontario.
It's a bunch of mining operations in a trench coat.
I don't know. My friend is in Alberta, I believe.
Oh, yep. I have some Albertan friends.
Mm-hmm.
Of all things.
Albertan.
Oh, yeah. They're real Canadian, eh?
Yeah. Well, he's saying going up to Quebec.
That was so cute.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen you say A.
Really? I say A all the time.
I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ever heard you say A.
Christine,
I've heard you say a boot.
Yeah, oh.
do you watch any Letterkenny?
I don't. But only because it's like it's so. So that's is that Ontario or is that Alberta? I'm pretty sure it's Ontario, isn't
It's
it?
Ontario because they go to Quebec.
Oh, fuck.
My friend, she's like a Quebec city.
You say Quebec? I thought it was Quebec.
Quebec.
It's Quebec.
It is. That's
Quebec.
the joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a show that follows a bunch of Hicks. What is it? The Hicks, the Skids, and what's the term for your hockey players? Just jocks? Just call it Hicks, jocks, and Skids. Maybe.
I try not to pay attention to hockey as a concept, but yeah.
The one Canadian who doesn't care about hockey.
I cannot believe that.
No, there's a lot of us that are pretty against it. There's a lot of us that are pretty much like, this is the stupidest shit, and we pay way too much attention to it prior. Don't eat trash. Thanks.
Alrighty then.
On that note, let's go ahead and start some sprints so that the people in the poor people in the comments are probably getting tired of our chaos. All right, so 3, 2, 1, mute your mics. And we are back. Merritt has gotten caught up on lots of our.
So, one time when I was touring grad schools, I went and got a deep tissue massage in Baltimore Airport. And you lay on this chair, and it's like bashing you and hurting you. And you get to the end of the 45 minutes, and the lady just comes close to you and whispers, and we're done. And it is the most jarring moment in the world. That right there, every time you tell us that we're done with time, is like number 2 on the list of just like, of overreaction in response to quiet noises.
I was waiting for the relevance. I was like, okay.
I usually have a point when I bring up a silly story.
I figured out where this was going about halfway through his story.
I had no clue.
Way to drag me, bro.
I'm just saying, I'm like in the zone, I'm relaxed, I'm like figuring out this story scene, my brain's like really trying to get in the thing, and then just God's voice whispers in and leaks, and it's like it comes across your brain, you're just like, this is not real.
You should try being the person that's on this end listening to that timer. It's probably not nearly as creepy, but it does make me jump just about every time.
Yeah,
or at least 3 out of 4 times.
Would be no fun.
Oh man, we're gonna do this podcast, and everyone's going to like you and think that I'm stupid. Despite the fact that I'm going to be the one doing all of the research and bringing the facts. Listen, he is statistically the most popular Stortenbecker.
I would disagree.
Statistically?
I appreciate you for
what stat are we going on here?
Deja. I almost called you Jada. I almost just
okay.
Flipped.
I mean,
my brain is broke.
My secret is that I drink and go to bars and smile at people.
Exactly. It's not because I actually enjoy your company, right? It's because I'm not sober.
Look, drinking just lets me enjoy your company. It's not that I don't. It's just give me another drink, please. And
okay, so
then tell me about things.
5-10 minute break. So how did we do?
307.
Nice. Let me know in the chat if you got any writing done. Or I think, or if the burrito has been eaten, we would like to know how the burrito is.
That too.
Is it a delicious burrito? I will be getting a burrito tomorrow, I think, because Tijuana Flats has a $5 burrito.
If you breakfast tacos.
Oh, on Monday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Or no, that's on Saturday. Whoa, that sounds nice.
Let's see. How many words did I write? That's a good question. I wrote 285. I am now at 31,334.
Okay.
Nice.
So, in theory, I am 3/4 of the way to where Nano says I need to be per day. I am 3,000-ish words shy of where I want to be at the end of today.
What the fuck, Courtney?
Yeah. That's how it is every time.
Holy crap! Just read it.
Deja got 222 words.
Yeah.
No, that 222 out. I'm ashamed to put that number.
100 words. Okay, but Bree, how was the burrito?
Yeah.
1,200 words?
Is a beast and got 1,264 words.
Yeah.
We're all high school track athletes, and she's an Olympian. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
What?
No, fam. I'm like not even in sports at this point.
Anyways, here, Deja, you're not in last though, because that's solidly me. I'm at 116. Although it definitely would have been 1,200 if we included all the words that I erased, like backspaced on while trying to start. So,
well, if we were counting there, I am at 4,835 for the day.
Wow.
Anyways, we're doing bonding between my characters, and then I have to get to the fun and games part where they're planning basically a heist, but it's not a heist because they're just gonna like mug some people. They're gonna kidnap a girl from the side of the road.
Nice.
In their defense, they are rescuing a child from a terrible fate, and one of them is her stepmother. Good, Karen, would you go away?
Karen, married for Christmas. Wow.
Why do you guys do this every time? Go. No one wants you, Karen. We do not want you.
What happened?
Okay, so there are these trolls that like to get on, I guess, live streams that have the NaNoWriMo.
They're definitely bots.
Yeah, they're bots. And Karen Bacarisis is one of them, but they will recommend just random Wattpad books. Yeah. There were two of them on the live show today on Brianna's channel. Sorry.
Look, Abby Del Rosario. There.
Bye, Abby.
Okay,
oh my gosh.
Here's my question.
We're being infiltrated
by bots.
Why would they
recommend
the 14th book in the series? If they want me to read their shit, start with book
number 1.
Because the 14th book is the one that just came out. Anyways, hold on.
The latest one.
Brianna wrote 316 words.
Hold on.
Okay, Tim Tebow. And Merritt got 5 words. That's not bad. You got here too. That's the important part is you are here.
Exactly.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron's here too.
Aaron's here
too.
Bye.
Interesting.
Anyways.
That's annoying as heck.
Oh,
ain't it though?
It is. Usually, it used to be there was just one, but they're just like going whole hog.
Aaron had babies.
What? So they're like do they always have the Baccaracus or whatever?
Baccaracus? Yeah, it's usually either Karen or Aaron. I haven't decided whether they are siblings or they're married. We should write fan fiction about Aaron and Karen.
Oh my gosh!
No,
yes.
That sounds like fun.
It does.
I found out that a manga that I stopped reading because it was getting real incesty back like 10 years ago. Like I knew it ended with the incest ship, but somebody was commenting about that. Like, it didn't end up actually being incest in the end. And I was like, yeah, but you spent the entire manga convincing people that in romanticizing this relationship where she thought it was incest.
Okay, ma'am. You like Jace Arendelle.
I do.
Okay, ma'am.
I was thinking the same theme. I wasn't going to say it.
At least Clary and Jace, like, they found out they were siblings and they tried to, like, be like, you know what? No, this is dumb shit.
I'm pretty sure Jace said we could run away to where nobody knows.
Yeah, that's because Jace is a broken child. He gets better.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
No, like,
for him, but
which series is this?
Okay.
This is
Shadowhunters.
I have to pause.
This is what, Shadowlands or City of Bones or what is this?
Yeah, City of Bones.
I'm taking you guys with me.
Is like a stan.
I am okay. I have like almost every version of this series. I'm just gonna show you the paperback one.
Wait, City of Bones. You have all the City of Bones, don't you, Mark?
Yes.
No, I do not. I only have 3 of the 6 books.
You have 4 of them because there's 4 city books.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, I have the hardbacks too. Anyways, like Shadowhunters hits different because the manga I'm talking about, like they were full on, yeah, we're siblings, let's go for it. Like I don't care because it was normal because they were vampires. And I was just like,
oh, well, they're vampires.
Ass Zero exists, and we're putting her with the guy that she thinks is her brother.
Wait,
Vampire Knight?
Yeah.
Vampires.
It's like vampires and incest. It's so yes.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I'm not gonna lie, I loved that show, but that ruined it for me. I was like, wait, what? You chose your brother over Zero? What? I was offended. I was offended. What's his name? Kaname?
Wait, what's the second one?
I never finished.
He can kick rock.
Two different incest situations.
That's because one of them is a bad guy, Merritt. Like, you would expect that one to be into incest.
Well, she's talking about Jonathan when he, like, shows up as, like, Sebastian. And technically, Clary didn't even know that was her brother. And he was trying to hit on her.
Ew.
In his defense, the only relationship he had was the Queen of Hell, and every time she hugged him, he burned. So I mean, I'd expect him to be some type of jacked up.
And the
thing
Fairy
man.
Queen that he fucked. Don't forget
Romance
that.
hits
baby.
different.
Oh yeah, oh my god! Stop reminding me of that. I don't even want to like when they come out with the not the dark art. Is it the dark artifices? No, it's not the one that whatever one is after dark artifices. I'm just like, that's gonna be so complicated. I'm not.
Wait,
ready
the
for
one
drama.
after that?
Yeah,
The
the
one
one
with
the last
Time
hour.
Kid. Are
The
you
Infernal
kidding?
Devices?
I'm not ready for the drama that's gonna happen with that particular plot line. I'm just like, could we have that everything else, but not that plot line, please? I'm begging.
But
I just want
why?
Time
It seems like so much fun.
I mean, it
It
is.
so much fun.
In Clary's defense, she knew it was wrong the minute he kissed him. She's like, ew, something's wrong about this. Bye.
Exactly. So she wasn't
Boo.
about that.
So
Wait,
if
but,
Jason
like,
had actually
did
been
she-
her brother, she would have known.
No, she won't. Like, no. Like, if you're like separated at birth or something, you don't. You cannot
wait.
tell if you're related
There
based
was a
off of
private
like.
practice. Yeah, there was a private practice episode where I was like, okay, I kind of do ship it because they didn't know.
Ever so
I
slowly
remember
with
that
Rachel
private practice
Christine.
episode.
And then the dude was really gross and was like, well, actually, I did find out and I didn't say anything. And I was like, if you had said something and you had worked through this, I could have been okay with this. But no, honey, get out.
It's like you're just so fucking hot.
So, well, it was one of those things where like dad had other families. And yeah, it was.
Oh, so they're
and
always
so they
stepbrother,
were-
stepsister. Come on.
Yeah, well, they were wanting to get married, and they were doing the genetic testing because I think, that's how they found out because they were like, well, because wherever they live, you have to get genetic testing before you're allowed to get married or whatever. And so they found out. That's how they found out, but he had known previously, and I was like, dude, that's gross. Like, it's one thing to be planning a life with someone and to find out. Because they were like, okay, fine, we just won't have kids. We'll like both get not fixed, but like sterilized.
Nah, people get
good
fixed.
fixing on.
Listen, I have two problems with incest, Christine. One is the fact that you should be able to grow up and not have to worry about your family molesting you. That's my biggest issue.
Yeah.
Two is the genetic factor. Like, those are the reasons incest should not happen.
Okay, but I think we can agree in all those situations, nobody's family grew up and molested them. That's not what happened here.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, so like, if you have a Jon Snow Daenerys Targaryen situation, I'm fine with that. Like, whatever. They didn't know. They didn't grow up together. And
then he kills her later before anything can even happen. It doesn't even matter if she's dead.
I mean, I just want to let y'all know I'm only like halfway through season 1 of Game of Thrones.
It's fine. It's good for like another season or two.
Listen, Deja, just don't waste your time.
Don't even
no. You're okay. Real quick, you're allowed to spend your time. But Deja, do you have a favorite character in Game of Thrones?
There's only one right answer.
I forgot her name because I've been on a hiatus of Game of Thrones. The little girl.
It's fine. She dies.
Yeah, her. You said
it's
what?
Fine. She dies. They die. I don't care who your character is or what you were going to answer. The answer is they die.
Arya doesn't die.
Who?
Arya is the one character that's like marginally okay.
Yeah, Arya just goes off and becomes like fucking Christopher Columbus or some shit. Which is kind of worse.
A dull moment on my live shows, Courtney. I'm also very much like against IRL incest.
Like, I know that like everybody like hated season 8 of Game of Thrones, and so a lot of people have been saying like just don't bother with the show. And I'm like, but I'm already invested.
I will say though that nobody hates Game of Thrones because of the incest. That's never the issue.
Honestly, true.
Exactly.
We can all work our heads around it. It's the other decisions that are made.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's like incest in season 1 when you find out that like the reason like the kid has blonde hair, and I was like, oh.
Cersei and Jamie just
painful to
hold
look
on,
at.
Hold on, stop. Okay, we are spoiling Merritt for what happens in the books. Why would you read the books when the show exists? Like, George R.R. Martin's never finishing that series. I'm just saying, Merritt, you're going to slog through all of those books to die unsatisfied because George R.R. Martin will die before he finishes those books. I'm sorry, Bree. Yeah, the show and the book are very different, and I'm really I kind of do want him to finish it because I want him to give the characters the endings they deserve, and maybe something with a little more nuance than, hey, we want to do Star Wars, so let's end our show.
Wow.
And then they got like fired from the project.
Cut from Star Wars.
So like, yeah, that worked out well.
Exactly. It's like,
What they deserve. Moral of the day. Okay, how about we do another sprint before I get myself in trouble for standing problematic ships.
Wow.
Yeah.
Usually it's a turn off.
You have the hole here.
hey man, sometimes the ship just works.
I know it was a big issue on. Are you referring to Daenerys or are you referring to Jansa?
Jansa was bad, but like, why was that even a thing? Fucking weirdos.
I
Jansa?
could see where people wanted the dynamic to go, and if it had gone there, I could see it being a valid ship. But the way that it was presented in the show, it's that like Jon and Sansa actually consider themselves brother and sister. And if that is the case, yeah, that's weird. Like if it's just some random ward that your father has adopted and you're not like, oh, it's just this dude. That is a good ship.
Okay, but also doesn't she give you like the most hard ace vibes ever? Like she's not looking for a romantic partner.
I haven't watched the
show.
Yeah, no, Sansa does not care. I'm legitimately surprised that Jansa's a thing. Yes, I'm with you, Brie. What? Why would anyone ship that?
I was on the show, I was on Tumblr, and that's how I kept up with the show.
I don't understand. Like, all right, so like in fandoms, it seems like there's a thing. Yes, they did grow up together.
Rihanna,
it seems like there's a thing where it's just like the weirdest ships pop up. It's like, wait, no one even thought that. No one.
BJ, I had to deal with Rise of the Brave Tangled Dragons. I know some weird ass ships.
And another thing, you want to talk about weird ships? I just happen to be scrolling on Tumblr, and for some reason, there is a group of people out there that, this is My Hero Academia, like the fan base. They ship Deku and All Might, and I'm like, no, this man is old enough to be his father. No,
that's what makes the ships worthwhile. If they're the same age, like, what's the point? Come on, they don't get anything.
Like that's
from
illegal on top of that because Deku's a minor.
It's Japan.
Oh yeah, isn't it like 13? I don't care. It's still weird.
Yes, it is 13, and I just recently learned that, and I find that gross.
Deku is 13?
No. The age of consent in Japan is 13.
But I think Deku's 14, 15, something like that.
They're doing high school, so something like that.
There is a cultural difference. So I will forgive mangas that have like a college student dating a high schooler.
I'm not. They can show up in like actual in American. That's
exactly
can be fine.
That's way too much. We used to marry 18-year-old women off to men who were 30. So like, that's a societal thing that has happened, and it's
18-year-old to 30,
but it happened.
Honestly, I would put that as one of the lesser gross things that society has done. Now, once you start being like, oh, we married off 16, 14-year-olds to 30 and 40-year-olds, and that's like, it's a little skeezy.
I mean, we did. Oh God,
we did.
Oh, I know.
Merrick, don't bring it up.
What is Onslaught?
Onslaught fandom. Deja, one of these days, just go on Tumblr and look up Onslaught and then suffer.
Wait, what is it?
No. I'll find it.
Once Upon a Time, and what's lure? Okay. What's the lure?
Christine has a good point. We've only sprinted once, and I am a lot of words behind. So,
Oh my
Right.
god, y'all
yeah.
are killing me. I'm laughing. So this is terrible.
Yep. I
Did
mean,
you
really,
look it
again,
up?
we should just do. We
Exactly.
should
Just ship
just
a character with
do.
himself.
Well, yes. No, I was gonna say, we should just do a show where
We were
all we do
supposed
is
to go
chat,
5
and that
minutes.
is it.
5
Like that's the
minutes.
whole point of this
Exactly.
whole thing. All right,
Maybe for my
leader,
birthday.
lead us.
We should call it Fandom Freakout.
Okay. All right. Are you ready? Set.
Yes.
Mute your mics. Okay, y'all, we're back. Less creepy masseuse, bro.
Very much so. Very much so. Much better. I did not feel the.
I'm like trying to make it all soothing and be like, all right, we're back. You can stop writing.
I don't know
Open
why.
your eyes when you're ready. Take as much time.
But
as
what you did the
need.
first time just made me want to jump out of my skin. And like it's not like it was like it's weird because it's like, you know, you're relaxed and someone says something relaxed to you and it's in the right vein, but because it's so similar but just not quite the right space, it's so much more jarring. It's like the uncanny valley of experiences.
I'm just always anticipating that moment. That's my secret. I don't think I ever fully relax during the massage.
Expect the unexpected.
They are helpful. But I'm always just like way too obsessed with my breathing and whether or not they are judging me for my breathing. All right, let's see. I wrote 326 words that time. How about anyone else?
I got 344.
Nice.
I did like 70.
I gotta calculate.
70?
Yeah.
Calculate, Deja. While Deja is calculating, Brianna had a suggestion, and I just wanted to see how everyone else thought about it. She thinks we should do the
45.
full 45-minute sprint. How do
Wow.
we feel about that?
That
I mean, I
seems
don't have a
fine.
problem with it. And I got
I feel like-
211 words.
I feel like for this, like I'm taking forever to get into a groove, and then the moment that I do, it's like there's freaking 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And then I'm coming
A little
on
bit.
going,
It's like I have a vision of what I want to do with this
And
thing.
we're
It's like it's a fight
done.
right away. It's just
I don't know how that
this
was
happened once. It happened once. Airport massages specifically. Regular masseuse is much more natural and like fine. Also, real quick. I was gonna say real quick. How many massages is too many massages?
1.
Do you not like massages?
Don't do that
Christine?
to me. No, thank you.
Like, are we talking about massages from like random people, or do massages from like family members count?
My partner bracket S, if applicable, can massage me. Otherwise, I just don't appreciate unnecessary human contact of any kind. Like, I don't want it. It hurts. It hurts me. There's so much friction, you know? Like, I can feel your skin on my skin and it hurts my skin. I don't want
Fair
that.
enough. To be fair, I'm referring to like not just random strangers or friends, but like professional people that you're just like, make me feel better, please.
please
mean,
do
that's
something
true.
about
They have oil
not
too.
I mean,
lives in my shoulder. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to name it soon.
I bet a good old Bucky hand that could massage me. Nice and metal.
I mean, me personally, if you're not my best friend, or if you're not related to me, I don't want you putting your hands on me at all.
I like that
So,
unless I'm paying you to do something that I need.
Well, there's a professional
Or-
relationship. It's fine. It's just like, oh, there's a separation.
I
here.
never have
Yeah,
to
no.
see them again.
You know, just touch dogs. Sensory bliss.
I mean,
But
yes.
dog
it
can't
doesn't-
massage back.
It doesn't do
Doesn't know
anything
how to find
about
the knots.
knot that is right here.
She could just sit on you.
Still doesn't do
I have
anything
gotten a
about
massage
that.
from a dog before.
Exactly.
It was weird
think
because
they
it wasn't
will.
meant to be a
Came
massage.
prior to
The dog just walked
no,
on
wait,
me.
I'm allergic to Briar.
Oh,
That
you
wouldn't
did
work
get
very
one.
well.
I misheard you. Weird. That is strange. How lucky.
What, getting a
I
massage
need
from a dog?
somebody who can just like go into the crunchy bits in my muscles and like make me hurt. Like
Yeah.
the pain is the point.
I give core massage.
If I needed to like hurt like really well, I'll go to my sister.
Mm.
She's like me. She manhandles things.
Mm-hmm.
I do like when Alex massages my calves.
My calves are always in need of a massage. God.
I feel like calves are an acceptable part of the body, but any part of my upper body, please do not touch.
Huh.
She's like, my fur baby is all I need.
Uh-huh.
So cute.
But that's like for the positive, like squeeze it into my chest feels. But like, what if you want someone to do that to you?
I don't. I
You
just
would go and ask Alex
Or
for a hug. Alex.
Fold you
She has-
backwards.
It's covered.
Because that's
His
definitely what
skin
I want.
is covered. Or it's wet.
I'm about to say a good back massage is always wonderful.
Oh God, it's so good. I miss
just
being
got
able
it.
to go get massages.
Again, not by random people that I don't know, right? Because I don't know if it's like trust issues or whatnot, but it's like if like my sister, I'll be like, I need a back massage. She's like, I got you, and I'll be like, cool.
See, my mom gives up after 5 minutes because it starts to hurt her hands.
What? And also, you have to think, who goes in? Listen, if you're a massage therapist and you're watching this, don't even comment. But like, why are you going into that profession? Why are you sitting there in like grade 12? You're like, you know what I want to do? Rub people for a living.
Because it helps them,
What do you
and
mean?
they have big hearts.
Yeah, it's kind of like if like a chiropractor or like
As a person
Yeah.
with a massage therapist friend, or former. But,
I
yeah.
mean, I will say massage therapists are probably at a high risk for gross stuff happening.
Oh
with
yeah,
them.
no, for sure they are. I'm mostly joking, but I just can't like fathom like waking up every day and having to touch other people. It just sounds so unpleasant. But like, yeah,
Oh, I don't mind touching other people. I just have a problem with other people touching me. Like I'll give other people a massage, right? Whether you're related to me or not, but
can't be
you
bothered.
can't give me a massage.
Deja, you want to be my roommate?
I will be your roommate, and I'll give you wonderful back massages.
That would be fantastic. I will pay the rent.
But we can kick
and you
Ben out
can
of his
pay
room,
back-
and I'll take that one.
Oh no, he doesn't live here. He lives in Indiana.
Oh, that
This
makes
is-
it even
this is
better.
it. Oh,
Doesn't have to pay rent.
I run away.
Yeah.
I want to
He
run
ran away
away.
before the parents got tired of him. So, but no, I am in serious need of someone to do things to the muscles in my back that will fix what's going on with my back
Oh.
and also my hip.
Have you ever gone to a chiropractor?
I go to a chiropractor.
She goes to a
regularly.
chiropractor frequently.
He literally just adjusted my hip like 3 weeks ago, but the stretching and the adjustment aren't working fast enough. So
Wow.
I'm a very
Poor
sensitive
sister.
person. In case you hadn't figured that one out.
Yeah, I think maybe we all of us Stortenbeckers are.
Mm.
It's not
I
great.
don't know what mom is, but she's not actually a Stormbecker. She just married into it. All right, so did we agree we're doing one last 45-minute sprint so that BJ can actually get some steam going?
Well, we agreed
Yeah.
that we would do a 45-minute sprint. I didn't necessarily say it would be the last one.
Well, if we do
Oh,
a
that's true
45-minute
too.
sprint, it will be 10:30, and then by the time we finish talking, it will be 10:45, and then we might as well just wrap up because it will be almost 11 o'clock.
Why don't we just
We
do
could go to
50
midnight.
minutes then?
God, Christine.
Ooh, even better.
Ooh.
We've got the ideas
look.
on this side of the screen.
She's trying to make up for the last time when she fell asleep. So like,
Yeah.
I'm here,
Absolutely.
I'm
This
here
is like,
for
I
it.
drank the caffeine. I don't want to waste it.
I need water. Actually, speaking of drinking, anything.
Speaking of drinking, I could use an actual drink like alcohol.
Oh, great idea.
You say that.
But
Oh
if I
my
do that,
goodness.
I mean, I don't know, Brianna. At this point, I've given up on ever sleeping through the night in my life. Like, it is so annoying.
What is sleep?
that I don't even
Exactly.
have a
What
kid.
sleep? What is sleep even? Like, what is that?
maybe that's why you all need massages. Maybe I get it all out when I go to sleep.
I don't know. Anyways,
Have
let
you
me
been having
tell you,
trouble
one
sleeping
time,
all the way through the night? Still?
dude, I have always had trouble sleeping all the way through the night.
I thought you would improved it a little bit.
I've gotten it better, but not
Hmm.
as consistent as I would like. Let me tell
Same.
you, like, I am so tense that when I was going to a therapeutic massage, like I actually was going to my chiropractor's masseuse. Like he did one day where like, because they'll have you on your face first, and then they'll have you on and then they'll get into like right here, Like, they don't go anywhere inappropriate, but they're like, he goes, "You're really tight here. Like, this is abnormal." And I was like, "I've been having issues with my asthma. Maybe that's it." And then I realized later I'd been doing push-ups. I'd started doing push-ups again right before, like, the day before or something. So, of course, I was sore. All right. 45 minutes. Let me get this bitch back.
Wait, what is drunk word crawl?
Yeah, that's what I'm like, trying to figure out.
I will add you to the chat when we get back. Does that sound good to everyone? Oh, actually, hold on. I will ask the chat if I can add you. I'm not going to say that until after I've okayed it with everyone, because not everyone is like here. But
A short story with a bunch of
It is-
challenges in terms of writing weaved into it. Ooh.
yeah.
Was there drinking involved?
Oh, was that an approval? Was that an approval, Brianna? Here, we'll get an answer. Hold on. It's my chat. Why am I?
Oh gosh, there's a couple of things I need to catch up on.
Okay. Okay, there are crickets, which means, oh yeah, we could do that too, because really we should be retiring that particular chat, since the retreat is over.
What? I mean, what are we gonna do once this month is over? This is stupid. We should just do this all year round.
Honestly.
I'll do more.
Get lots of writing.
You like.
There is alcohol involved if you want there to be alcohol involved, Deja. Brianna doesn't always want alcohol involved, but
I would do it with
Alcohol. Alcohol.
where are you gonna find
Alcohol.
it, DJ? All we got is dad's beer.
Let me not start chanting that. My mom's in the living room.
I'll send everyone a small fifth of vodka or something. Just go get orange
I mean,
juice.
we do
Cut
have
it.
some in the cabinet for some unknown reason.
Oh, Mom wanted for disinfectant purposes. I'll go get decent, like good alcohol.
Like some top shelf tequila.
No, well, no, just like some Svedka or something. Something to just a decent choice. Make some screwdrivers with it.
I mean, Merritt,
Ooh.
that is the plan for my entire life. So, in theory, as long as my brain doesn't break further
End
than
of
it does already.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
Until
For real
the end
though,
of
we're gonna
time.
go at 9:50.
Okay.
So what? You should have announced
For
that like
45 minutes.
with more than 1 minute to go.
Oh, shut up.
Come on.
We can just morph that chat into something wild.
Woof.
I missed something. Okay. I missed something. Clearly, we are winding down.
What?
I love how it didn't include my underscore.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
Is it? I definitely
I can
don't think
add you if Brianna, I can add Deja if you need me to, because I know Deja's at by heart at this point.
Oh. Stop.
You're always down to do stuff when I'm like, hey, I've got a live show. Do you want to be involved? You're always down. You're like, the other 50% of the chat.
Like, part of the reason I even like joined like the book version of the internet was to like interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, running the channel is like half of the fun. The other half is being able to do fun stuff with other people. Like, let's host a live show. Let's do a readathon. Let's meet up at a book convention, stuff like that. So I'm always down for stuff like this.
And I especially like if I hear somebody who's like, hey, I wish I was more interactive, I try and like, especially if it's someone that's like a friend, I try and start bringing them in on things.
Hunt them down and be like, come with me.
It's like, hey, I saw that you wanted to be involved in more stuff. I am doing a thing. Would you like to be involved in it? Or I am doing a thing that seems like something you would like. I don't just like spam people. Okay, for real though, we are starting in 3, 2, 1. Mute your mics. Oh God. And we're back.
Wow. That's been 45 minutes.
Yo.
That's terrifying. I've done nothing.
Right?
What?
I've written words and like.
Oh god.
I mean, sometimes you just have to write words to figure out which ones are the right ones. So
Exactly.
Oh, it's true. Well, no.
I
So
wrote
I decided to.
694 words.
Wow.
How many?
wait, how many words did you write, Christine?
694.
694.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm feeling good.
Nice. We get that post screen share lag going on. Bear with us for a moment, people. Let me see how many did I write? I wrote 635.
Hold up, I'm still
She's about
calculating.
to meet someone in a dark forest.
I've maybe done another 100 words, if that. So the trouble, like, here, well, I'll let Daisy go.
I did 963 words.
This is embarrassing.
Nice.
To be fair, you guys have been writing actual words.
I got
Well
on a
done,
roll.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Nice.
Wow, I didn't think it was that many.
That's always fun when you get there.
Gosh, maybe I just need to do more outlining.
What were you trying to say, BJ?
That's definitely it. I was just saying I've made the terrible mistake of opening this book with a fight scene, which means not only do I have to like try and introduce like what's happening and like open it, it's just like, oh, also there's a fight that I have to choreograph. Fuck.
Honestly, so the scene that I just finished working on, like the back half of it, I kind of just skipped over because I was having same problems with it. But it's a fight scene between two characters, and I've never written a fight scene before. So literally how I write it is I play the whole scene like a movie in my head and do my best to describe what's happening, and that's how that works.
Yeah.
That's a good method.
No.
Get up and
that's not bad. That's kind of
doing that stuff.
See, the trouble is that I have this new experienced character who kind of knows how to fight, but also like his brain kind of gets in the way, and so there's like hesitations and thought processes that goes in there, and it's just like weaving that in and then weaving in descriptions of what actually is happening in the thing and weaving in this is just like, oh god, I cannot. Okay, you play like a second of the movie and it's like, all right.
I mean, honestly, you just gotta get it down because I know that my fight scene is trash. So
yeah,
it's gonna be edited later.
Usually are the first time you have to.
Maybe I should work on outline first.
So, good for Brianna. I don't know if there's anyone else still in the chat. I mean, we've got 6 people watching. So in theory, there are 2 of them, well, 3 of them that are not anyone in this chat or in this show. So. Anyways, we're building up to another interaction between the main couple. It's gonna be fun. She been sneaking out of camp, and he's
Is it drama though?
Her. Is it drama? They're always drama. They're disasters.
Oh, drama! I like it.
They can't stand each other right now. So even though they're kind of starting to slightly, possibly, maybe a little bit respect each other, I really haven't built that part because there are scenes that are missing from this act, probably. But I gotta write the book the first time before I can figure out what needs to go where.
Exactly. Real quick, I appreciate and like have so much more respect for authors now that I'm like doing the writing process than I did before. Like I respected them, but now it's like a whole new level. Like the number of details I have to keep track of. Like I'll be writing a scene and name somebody or say like, oh, like they got stabbed here, and then like partway through, I'll be like, crap, what was his name? Wait, where was he stabbed at? And then I forgot one of my characters was mute, and then I had him shout something, and I was like, wait, back up. It's a lot.
No, can't do that. Can't do that.
Disability.
Can't do that. I read it. I was like, why does that look wrong?
Yeah.
Damn.
I just had to put something in.
It's confirmed. Deja just doesn't think that disabilities exist in the world.
Nope, none of them. It's all a lie. The cake is a lie.
I had my Word doc or my Google doc misgender my character by when I typed themself, it fucking auto-corrected to himself.
Of course it did. And of course it was himself and not herself.
Oh wait.
Like Google,
like that's a hate crime.
In Google's defense, it is an algorithm. Anyways. Yeah, I had to add in, like, we just had them all go, like, across country walking. And I was like, oh, this is probably going to hurt Brenna with her chronic pain in her leg and her brace. Should probably say something about that. So. And I kind of like how it came off because it was very, like, joking around with the people that she's known forever. Like, it's great. Her relationship with Rob is fun because they're kind of brother-sister type. So.
I like it. I like brother-sister relationships with people that aren't actually related.
Yep. She has a little sister and Brianni.
Did Google
Brianni is a girl's name, BJ. Or at least in this book it is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
misspelled Brianni and I spelled it as Brony.
Yeah.
We were missing a letter.
You should be. I'm pretty sure you don't really call them bronies if they're female. They're just pony fans.
Yeah, they're just normal pony fans. They don't have to come up with some weird excuse.
Exactly.
Oh.
Are you talking about My Little Pony?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were called brownies this whole time.
Are you serious?
This whole time. Every time I saw it, I just saw brownies. Like people kept saying brownies, I think. And I was like, okay. I did not know it was brownies.
I feel like you should be like more like, why? It has nothing to do with that color. And they're like, maybe a little bit more offended. No, it's a portmanteau. Bro and bronies.
I was like, is it because brownies are sweet and it's like chocolate? I was like, I mean, whatever you want to call yourselves.
A lot of bronies out there are not sweet. There's some toxic. That's a toxic place in the fandom, from what I understand.
Is it? I thought like there's some gatekeeping or whatever, but in general, like you're already like into kind of a weird fandom.
Like a lot of them feel like they have to. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird getting into some of the stuff. There's a reason we make fun of them on Tumblr.
Oh, my brony friends brony friends are chill.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think.
I mean, they had their last BronyCon or whatever. There's a whole little YouTube video that what's her face did about the last BronyCon, because she's pony famous.
She's
I know she's a big YouTube person.
Pony famous sounds like
Jenny Nicholson or Sarah Zed?
Nicholson. Jenny, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Love her
There
channel.
we go.
Okay, now I'm gonna go look this up.
Her channel's great. She just makes like long form videos on the dorkiest stuff. It's amazing.
It's so good. Star Wars: Rise of Skywalkers came out, and I can never be happy again.
Or just reading the Kylo Ray fanfic.
Bro, hold on. The ending of the last movie, the Rise of Skywalker, was such a tragedy. I was so mad how that ended. I was like, how you just gonna have him out of existence? What happened to his redemption arc? He was supposed to get together with
that was his
whole
redemption
scene ruined the whole movie for me.
Exactly redemption arc that Vader got, basically.
Look,
They have to die for it to be complete. You never have to live with the consequences.
So dumb.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you have a movie series and you hand it to J.J. Abrams. You go, make movie. He's like, but I did this already. And you go, make movie. And he goes, well, I guess I'll J.J. Abrams it up.
I mean, the first one was like okay. The second, the Force Awakens was okay. The Last Jedi was really good, but the Rise of Skywalker, the whole first part was good, but then that whole last sequence, just I was like, wait. How you gonna have him have a redemption arc and die in like 20 minutes?
Instead of letting Finn keep the storyline they gave him or the spotlight they gave him in Force Awakens. I will
The Force Awakens is what happens when you have J.J. Abrams and you're like, oh, okay, here's some new characters that you can kind of just introduce and have them do cool things. Force Awakens or The Rise of Skywalker is when you're like, J.J. Abrams, we need you to finish this thing, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna make flashy stuff and not have any character development at all. Oh, okay.
It's
a movie. It's a movie. It is literally like every trope that you can point to in it, like that characterizes a J.J. Abrams film, of like these flashy cuts and like very like pop sensation cinematography, very like
exactly
the popcorny, right?
The best
all of those traits are like cranked up to the extreme for that movie.
You said what?
I said that like all those traits are like cranked up to the extreme for Rise of Skywalker. Like it's the most J.J. Abrams movie there is.
Like honestly, the most character development out of all three movies was the first scene of Force Awakens.
She's already there.
When that chick sacrifices herself to let the bombs drop. That was the most character development in like the whole show. That and when Poe finally realized that you can't just keep going against orders and hope everything works out well.
I did like that storyline. That was a good one. I will always be mad about what they did to Finn because I feel like he just got shafted and turned into a comedic character. And like, John Boyega has a point.
It does.
They promised me a Black Jedi.
Oh, did they? I'm not sure they promised you that.
I'm pretty sure Mace Windu does exist.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Good job, Margaret.
I forget about the prequels.
I mean, we would all like
to. That's correct. Like 30
Mace
seconds.
Windu was arguably the best part of those prequels, though.
True.
I just love that they were like, yeah, whatever color lightsaber you want. And he was like, purple. That was a whole Sam Jackson decision.
Listen.
Hey, look, there's a whole like lore background for that, and it's great.
Because one man was like, I want mine to be purple.
Hell yeah.
I mean, Rey's gets to be yellow, so.
Go Samuel
L. Awesome. I mean, like, I love him changing the whole thing.
The whole thing. Samuel L. Jackson just be like that. He's iconic.
He do.
But no, if you look at the, what's it called? The promotional material for Force Awakens and the storyline, almost no one in a Star Wars movie holds a lightsaber unless they are a Jedi. Like there is like one instance of a non-Jedi holding a lightsaber that immediately comes to everyone's mind, and that is when Han, slices open the tauntaun and stuffs Luke inside, and I would have rather died. But okay. That's it. And so there was a promise inherent in number one, the marketing, because they had a whole bunch of photos with Finn holding a lightsaber. And
exactly.
Then one up in the first place at the end of the movie. Sorry, I've been listening to Stitch too much.
They were like, you thought wrong.
You thought we're going to focus on this pasty white boy instead.
Hey, look, I'm just waiting for Letter Media to come out with a review.
Immaculate.
I love Adam Driver, not for his terrible Kylo Ren, but for his other stuff, most notably his little guest appearance on Dealing with John Oliver. That was a funny bit.
I like Adam Driver as a person. I think that half of the storyline they gave to Kylo Ren, they should have given to Finn, because they sacrificed Finn to build Kylo Ren up as a more likable character because they saw that he was popular in the fandom. And instead of leaning into making him like full badass villain like they do with Vader, they're like, oh, we're gonna make him this cute little bad boy that all of the really weird women are.
I can't listen to my sister. I don't know why.
all of the races
Like, wait,
are
no,
going
come
to
back.
the peak of character.
I will. Just let her finish her point.
I stopped
Okay.
talking in the baby voice. I was
Okay.
like,
I just.
they
No,
wanted to
thank
give
you.
the racists a character to latch onto, apparently, and then deny that he is in fact a space Nazi, despite the fact that George Lucas is like the Empire are Nazis. Basically, they're a allegory. Like he has said that was the point, or space fascists, I guess.
It does look like they do in fact look like space fascists boys.
Yeah, fascist boys.
I don't know.
Fascist
I just
boys.
kind of want all 3 movies done over and better.
Yes, but like seriously, there are actually people out there in the KR fandom that actively deny that that's what the New Order and the Empire is. They're like, no, Kylo Ren's not a fascist.
A charismatic leader pops up and takes over a democratic republic, and then another forceful figure comes up and says, "No, this is my thing."
Yes, Brianna, that's how I feel about it too, and it's probably why fascism is making a rise back in our country, because we don't recognize it anymore.
Well, it's easy to, as long as it's not literal. As long as it's not literal swastika Nazis, it couldn't be fascism.
Fascism. We were talking about polyamory romances in the comments.
I know.
I do see this, and
well,
we are not on your political wavelength because she mentioned a poly romance in Star Wars that could have been.
Okay. Anyways, true facts is poly, yeah. The Nazis hated polyamorous romances, so.
Okay, but wouldn't that triad have been beautiful and better than what we got?
I mean, it would have been better than what we got. It wouldn't have been what I wanted, but that's just because I am purely monogamous. And
well, you didn't get what you wanted anyway.
I know.
I don't know. I kind of really wanted Rose to end up with him.
Yeah,
I thought they were cute.
That's a good point.
I hated the fact that they had like that romantic moment, and then in the next movie they just never talked about it. I was like,
yeah.
Yep. I mean, did Rose even show up in that next movie?
In there. Yeah, Rose
she had to study, so she couldn't come.
What?
She was in the last movie, but she had to study, so she couldn't actually do anything. Remember? You know how in the middle of a really big war, you would study probably.
Yeah,
exactly. Definitely.
I liked Rose as a character, but I am 90% sure that she was added into that second movie because they wanted someone who was not the main white girl for Finn to be with at the end.
They also did it in the third one too with the this former stormtrooper. I forget her name. And like
that.
Oh, what?
That was. I feel like that was more connected to Finn's character. Does that make sense to his?
But it would have been so much like if they had actually put that in an earlier part of the story, like developed it. She was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
She was fucking hot. First of all,
that should have started in Last Jedi.
Yes, and like that, yeah. So it's like no, like there could have been really cool opportunities, but like still, like he obviously had the most chemistry with Poe. Like let's not pretend that he had more chemistry with anyone than Poe because he did not.
Hey man, y'all can't talk about pain unless you've been a part of the Merlin fandom.
Oh god,
I've heard that.
Oh boy,
sweet Jesus!
Just 2 decades too soon on that one, huh?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't care what the show said. They were lovers.
It was a CW show, and considering how the Supernatural went down, who even knows at this point?
I haven't even watched it. I heard about it. I was like so disappointed.
What happened with Supernatural? I don't.
So apparently Castiel confessed his love to Dean and then died.
Immediately died. Actually,
died.
But then Dean dies, and they can be together in heaven, but never on screen.
Wait, pause this conversation. I didn't know Dean dies. Too many spoilers in one conversation.
Oof.
Having never seen an episode of the show, I did do my research because I was like, they did what?
Wait, never, like, not a single episode?
Nope.
Way to spoil for everyone. No consequences.
Seems like a whole lot of 15 seasons. It's 15 seasons and then there's a guaranteed disappointing ending.
At least when I recommend a 900 episode show, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good all the way through.
Sometimes the disappointing ending is worth, like Voltron, season 8 was trash, but the first 7 seasons were god tier of a show.
You know what? She-Ra, the last season is the best. And that's what we deserved.
I
mean, the last scene of the last episode.
Do the later seasons in Voltron like pick up? Like I got halfway through season 2 and I'm like, this feels just kind of
generic. All the way up. I'm picky about my shows, okay? But it picks all the way up. But I feel like season 8, they might have planned for season 9 and they got told that they couldn't have a season 9. So they just rushed and ended all of like the little subplots in season 8. That was my big pet peeve. Is that everything happened too quickly. And I was like,
yeah.
What happened?
What happened?
But it's so worth it. The show is so good.
The really funny part about Supernatural is that whole weird part of how it ends involving like the heaven plot is very similar to how, from what I've read, The 100. Now, like, what were the CW producers on that
crack?
Yeah, obviously, clearly. I love how Misha also is like, oh, it wasn't bury your gays. It's like, dude, the one gay dude dies definitely
immediately after coming out.
Whether he saves the world or not, that's still what it is.
But also he died because he came out. Yeah. Like it was like him admitting his happiness made him die.
Yeah.
Like being open killed him. It's like the ultimate way to do that trope. Like
it's like, how about we just like as many times as Cass has like died and like come back, I was like, y'all could have just did it again. And like people have been riding this ship since Cass popped in the show. What, season 4, 5? One of those, and I'm like, 10 seasons later, we're just not getting a confession, and then that's it. No, that's so lazy. That's so lazy. You might as well just not put it.
CW is just I don't know how much of it is due to COVID, so I don't want to get too like harsh on CW. CW just been lazy this year, clearly.
That's like not a COVID thing, though. I feel
it's
like
a writer thing.
You can write a good gay ending in COVID.
So, well, I know the ending that they wanted to film, they weren't able to because of COVID restrictions, if I remember correctly, from what Misha was saying.
Okay, but like,
they're into Supernatural, but at the same
if
time,
they know
like,
that that's such a huge thing in the fandom, you have to know that if you do it wrong, the whole previous 15 seasons will forever be under scrutiny. So it's like, I'd rather you put it off and handle it correctly than you rushing and just slopping something together just to get it done.
Well, that was the problem with Game of Thrones too. They rushed the final 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm. George R.R. Martin said that if they'd had 10, they could have pulled off what they were trying to pull off.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I would have wait 2 more years. Get out of here, D&D.
Shoot, that's like Shadowhunters the show.
I just love that they went to a con and talked about how little they knew and how basically it was just a great big like experiment from the beginning of them learning how to do a TV show, like from the beginning, because one of them has funding from like their family's rich basically, and so they decided to start this. They got the job as I don't remember. There was a whole bunch of them. Basically they had no idea what they were doing, and like they were bragging about it at a con, and people are tweeting about it, and then they got fired from Star Wars.
Nice.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to be you. Somebody else had that happen to them recently too, didn't they? Like they had a big deal planned and they did something dumb in another.
Wait, what are your favorite fucking shows? Wait, I don't get it.
I don't know if a comment that Christine made, which was She-Ra is greater than other fucking shows.
Wait, hold on. I gotta go back and read the chat.
Like, it's not in the chat, but it's in this other chat. I don't know. It's in the comments.
It's because I
chat.
swore, I think.
But, like, mine comes through.
It's because you said fucking maybe. I don't know. It blocks out some of them. It blocked out when Brianna said fuck Google, too.
Yeah, I think it blocks out when you curse.
I see all of it, so you cannot hide it from me. Okay, it is 11 o'clock. Do we want to try for one more quick sprint, or are we done?
Well, I hit what I needed to hit today for word count, so I'm back on track.
I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah.
I'm fine with whatever, too.
Okay, I was going to say, I wanted to go wash my face and get this makeup off.
Yeah.
So, I still need to do a little more writing today, but...
I'm realizing the need, the power and need of outlines.
Actually, from somebody who's a pantser, outlines can kick rocks. Every time I try to do an outline, I end up crying myself into a hole because I don't know what I'm doing.
See, having done a few scripts, it kind of feels more natural because, like, the podcast script stuff that I've done is just like, yeah, here, just kind of like 2 words that are going to be what you're going to spend 10 minutes talking about. I was like, okay. Okay, I don't know. Quantum mechanics is fuzzy. Let's see. I don't even know. Yeah, I believe it that sci-fi in fact does need it, and fantasy in the similar realm I think kind of needs it as well. Particularly when you're trying to I'm trying to throw in some of how inexperienced this boy is, and it's just it's difficult.
Nope, that's not merit.
Nah.
I'm a pantser, but sci-fi needs it.
Sci-fi need it.
Listen, Deja, we could find some sci-fi that would be good for you to start. Okay?
You know what? I think.
I was going to say, it depends on the sci-fi you read, because I realize that part of the reason that I have such an issue sometimes with sci-fi and the stuff that bugs me is because I was reading my mother's science fiction. Like the stuff that she recommended. And I was like, oh.
She likes very old military style that's just very descriptive and a little slow, and it's very the world is so very creative though.
Like for me, I think the closest I have I think 1 or 2 sci-fi, but the one that comes to mind is a book called This Mortal Coil, and it's kind of similar to another book called Fever King. Those 2 I classify as sci-fi, and I can keep up with them, but once you start getting more technical than those 2, I ain't about that life.
Merit is suggesting an absolutely remarkable thing.
Actually,
for a baby sci-fi person.
You said, wait, what's it called?
An absolutely remarkable thing. It's Hank Green's book.
Oh no, I have a. No, that's not that. So I was like, oh, I have that. No, it's called It's Kind of a Funny Story. Never mind.
I would suggest if you want something that is sci-fi light, would be The Sound of Stars by Alechia Dow, because it is a little bit of sci-fi and a whole lot of romance.
I think I have that.
Very good.
Just go read Sanderson's books, just all of them. They're mostly fantasy, but some of them are sci-fi, and those are fun.
I would not start out with... If you want to read Reckoners and you can get past David in the first 3 chapters wanting to bang every girl he sees.
Wait, y'all. One girl that he sees.
About it.
Hold on, I got Sanderson.
Oh yeah, Sanderson. If you want sci-fi, start with.
I would start with Reckoners. I would not read Skyward until you're more used to sci-fi.
Okay.
Really? Skyward
really
is great.
Good, but I wouldn't. And then,
read the Mistborn trilogy. It's definitely fantasy, but it's still fun.
Mistborn.
Mistborn is a lot.
Oh my god.
That's like epic fantasy.
It's not. No, not the first one. Not the first one. It's fantasy. It's like fantasy. It's not. It's
I
not
like
Elantris. Girl, have you read Elantris?
No, not yet, but it involves zombies.
That's high fantasy. Let me tell you. Stormlight's epic fantasy. Elantris is high fantasy. Mistborn's got fucking kung fu. Basically, it's great.
Look, I'm just writing all these down.
Yeah. I will recommend that you read every book that Sanderson writes because I love the man. He makes for good emotional payoff. Like he writes in a way that has a lot of very good emotional payoffs. Mistborn's one of the easiest ones to put in the work to get through. Some of the biggest like payoffs you'll get is in the Stormlight Chronicles.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also Jim Butcher's books.
I broke out the books. Hold on.
Yeah, my sister's got some recommendations. Jim Butcher's books. He's got a couple of good ones. I like the Dresden Files, but those are again fantasy.
Don't read the Dresden Files. They're not worth it.
Oh, my sister's just upset about her ships. It's fine.
No, he also writes women in a gross way, and it really annoys me. Especially like I thought he was getting better, and then he was goes, okay, so if I were to recommend you books from my shelf, the order I would tell you to read them in is I would read this because it's very, very sci-fi light.
Okay.
It's mostly about character. I would then suggest picking up an Alexa Dunn book because, again, she's more focused on the character and the story and the romance than the science fiction. So it's going to kind of get you used to that kind of world. Dystopian is technically usually also sci-fi. So I would pick up something like Warcross by Marie Lu. This is a lot about, if you're a gamer, like this is a lot about gaming because it's all in a virtual game.
If dystopian is considered sci-fi, I have a lot of dystopian books.
A lot of them are considered sci-fi, yeah.
Like what's her name? What's her name? Lowry, the chick who did The Giver.
The Giver. That's an interesting book.
One of my favorite series.
And then I would graduate to some Marissa Meyer. I would read Renegades first because this is superheroes and much more familiar to people.
I have that one.
And then finally, I would then maybe move up to like Cinder because this is a little bit heavier on the sci-fi aspect and the space aspect and all of that. But it also is like very much, this series is very much about the fairy tales and the characters and the romance. So it's got a good balance of those. And then you could move to something like The Illuminae Files by Jay Kristoff, because even though it's sci-fi, it's a lot of character and plot. And they don't get bogged down by the technical aspects. That's why YA sci-fi is a really good place to jump into science fiction, because it does not get bogged down by that technical bit.
I mean, it's hitting a different crowd. It's not quite as like, ooh, what about this? What about the Rubik's Cube? I could turn it this way and that way. Tell me how it looks.
Yeah, it's a crowd that doesn't need to know every single aspect of how the gun works to know that it shoots. Oh, and if you want something really dystopian and something that I highly recommend, the 100 series. It is sadly better than the show.
My sister watches the show.
Fuck the show.
I sat down to watch it with her because she was like, watch this with me. And I'm watching it. I'm like, this is a weird way to start a show. She's like, no, this is the start of, what are they on, season 7? I'm like, Natasha, why would you have me sit down and start watching it from season 7?
I mean, that's how I got into Buffy.
Like, what?
I sat down and started watching season 7 of Buffy with my roommate, and that is part of why I'm a Spike girl, because I didn't know all of the trauma that came with him, but also like what they do with that storyline later.
Angel is Bay.
Spike.
His side show was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
He got his soul back for her, though. Like, let's not forget that Spike got his soul back for her.
For her. He suffered. Anyways.
He a real one.
Okay. DJ, do you have any high sci-fi with lots of world building? Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse.
Oh God.
Upcountry.
Kind of like it's a military sci-fi. So you get into the technical details.
There's a lot of colonialism in that one.
I can do military stuff. I love military-esque stories.
It's an empire. It's an empire book. I focused more on fantasy than I have on sci-fi recently. So like,
he didn't do terrible with his women either. I just think that my mother. It is hilarious. My mother recommended us a book that has the Church of Satan in it, like as a huge part.
So good.
Oh, let's see.
You know what? Mother slips up on things and doesn't realize how chill she used to be.
Highly disagree with me on this one.
Uh-oh.
And I understand why she disagrees with me, because one of the points of view in this book is trash because the character's kind of trash, but Leviathan wakes if you want some good integration of world building with plot.
Yeah. Isaac Asimov, like the classic, does have some good stuff for sci-fi, but you do have to be okay with the very old style of writing of two people in a room talking at each other about how their plans about the world that they're describing outside is better than the description that the other character just gave a few moments ago, and how they ended up being correct about things. But Foundation is good if you're okay with that, like, presentation of action.
Octavia Butler is another one.
Yes, I have not read Octavia Butler, but Christine has good recommendations as well.
Yes, Christine. Yes,
Did you know it had the
she had in fact read this book and had suggested.
She had read it. She'd forgotten.
Yeah.
The Church of Satan is a bit different than it sounds like when you know it.
I mean, she also brought home, when we were like, I don't know, 14, 15, 12 or something. I don't remember. She brought home like Logan's Run. And that is just like, that's just like, oh, they're fully naked on screen now. Thank you, 70s.
That's not the one I was thinking. I was thinking of the dinosaur or the
dinosaur
one.
I don't remember that.
Stripping, and we're like, you have to come fast forward it because there was a woman in her bra.
You said that, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Whatever. Like literally, the fact that they were taking their clothes off.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Let me see if I haven't read a lot of Brianna, you might like this one. It's got a lot of world building in it. I don't have the book anymore, but it's A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine. This is really heavy on the plot and the world and the political intrigue, and it has a sapphic romance, but is not a huge part of it. So we are torturing Christine.
Ever so slowly, we're losing her.
I'm just gonna keep this going until Christine actually falls asleep. At this point. You guys
have to go until midnight, Christine.
Yes, we got it.
Let me see what other science fiction I've read. Technically, Slay is science fiction.
Let me go through my Goodreads on camera to keep Christine awake.
Yes.
I mean,
see, Mary, I feel like being traumatized by literal ghosts is in fact worse than just being like traumatized by potential sexy times that you don't know how to understand or process as a young child, because eventually you get used to it. But ghosts and demons and shit,
14.
Your brain will never. When I was, I can't remember. It was like 12. It was somewhere between like 11 and 14 or so. But come on, baby Ben didn't know how to process anything. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, you want to talk about like inappropriate movies? Yes, that book is amazing.
This is a good science fiction. I don't know how much world building it is. It's a dystopian, but it's good.
There's actually quite a lot of world building in this Mortal Coil, and honestly, I love almost every single character in that book, and I'm picky.
Also, Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. That was a fascinating book.
That's a pretty cover.
It is. Allie with Books recommended it to me. And then Sanctuary by Karen Licks is really good too. I need to finish that series.
I was about to say something. I totally forgot.
Sorry.
No, you good.
All right. I mostly read science, not science fiction, it's fantasy, so I don't have as much science fiction as I used to. Because I used to just slam through all of the Star Wars novels.
The Hand of Thrawn.
Speaking of books, there is a series.
Deja's trying to finish her sentence.
Sorry.
Deja did what?
No, I was saying Deja's trying to finish the sentence that you remember.
Continue. I'm being an asshole.
Oh no, you're no, you're not. So I recently got back into a certain trilogy that is considered to be extremely problematic, and I reread the first book, and I'm like, yeah, this is just as controversial as I remember it being, but it's also just as good as I remember it being.
Is it The Captive Prince?
It's smooth as The Captive Prince.
I want to read it just to be blown out of the water, you know? I just want to fuck up my life a little bit.
It's actually a really good book. It's
That's
just the
what I
fact that
heard.
like the rules of that world are a lot more like hierarchical than like you would expect, and like if you are not on that hierarchy, they can basically do whatever they want to you. So it pushes up some limits for some people, but for me, it was just like interesting how like the two main characters ended up moving around that and then going towards the end and then working together.
You should read Skyward, Brianna, if you have not already. I think you have. Maybe I'm wrong.
I do want to read The Captive Prince just for shits and giggles and also for, potential entertainment. So.
Weren't you just saying not to read Skyward?
No, I said Brianna should read Skyward if she hasn't already.
Oh,
and also,
yes.
if she has not read the 5th season already, holy crap, world building in that one. Like, you have to let your brain catch up to what's happening because she doesn't sit down and spoon feed it to you. It happens in the story, but that is some of the best writing I have ever read.
Oh.
Is what?
The 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. Like, there is a whole ass point of view that is in second person, and I was so caught up in what was happening, I didn't realize that it was second person until 50 pages in.
I'm not gonna lie, the movie ruined the book for me because I watched the movie first, and when somebody told me to read the book, I was like,
the 5th season?
Yeah, isn't that the movie with like the aliens come and possess people's bodies and stuff?
6th Sense.
No, not
No.
the Sixth Sense. I know what that is.
Do you mean the Fifth
The
Element?
Body Snatchers?
No, isn't it?
The Fifth Element is not about bodies or about aliens stealing.
I'm thinking of the Fifth Wave. Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah,
yes.
There's too many
it
fifths
is.
and sixth movies.
that one was okay as a movie adaptation.
Okay, then I don't know what the
remember
fifth season is. Never mind.
I mean, no, yeah. 5th season is N.K. Jemisin trilogy. One of them.
Let me write it down.
5th season will make your brain hurt, Deja. Don't read that one until you've gotten used to it.
Okay, so read the 5th season first. Cool.
Okay, yeah, great. Like, I read science fiction regularly, and I could not do that one as
Hey guys, I want to point
book.
out Christine is slowly losing ground. She's slowly losing ground. We pushed the front back. We've got another inch.
You're not setting me up for success.
She's almost pushed over the cliff, guys. We can do it. If it makes you feel any better, I'm literally sitting here going like, "Oh, I'm so sleepy."
That might be a good idea.
I'm so sleepy.
Oh, I'm a natural night owl. I don't go to sleep
end the
until
live
like
show
4.
at some point, Christine, because I do want to get more words. I want to get to 7,000 words before I go to bed tonight, and I am only at like 4,000.
You can do it.
I'm at 5,000. I'm at 5,100 words, guys. I only need 1,900 more words.
That's what's up.
What's up?
I'll stay up with you to write.
No, I'll probably just sit and write and like not do sprints and just like go for it. Let's see. Anyways, I was going somewhere with. I was saying the 5th season was one that for me, even as someone who is like hardcore reads sci-fi regularly, was a lot for my brain.
Hardcore.
So just know.
Parkour.
Sci-fi daunting. Take it slow with that one.
Take it slow.
You gotta warm up.
To Sleep in a Sea of Stars was good.
Have I heard of that one?
Yeah, I
Why
told
is
you.
my question mark not working?
Oh, okay. It's past 10 o'clock. My memory is shit.
It also has the word
All the
sleep
time,
in it.
actually.
I don't know if you guys have heard that before.
What?
What? Sleep?
Yeah.
Are you tired, Christine?
No.
I
I
think
don't know
she's
where you get
sleepy.
that impression.
Where's Briar?
I think maybe she's sleepy.
I love how Christine does not get offended when I'm like, "Where's your dog?" That's what matters.
Briar, come
Give me
here.
doggy.
Come here. No, come show the camera.
let's let
Oh, I
Briar-
turned the camera.
Let's let Briar make one last appearance,
Woof.
and then we'll wrap up.
What a doogie snoot.
I can't wait.
Good girl.
Good, my baby.
Aw.
Wolves are such.
You're making me miss my dog.
We'll go get one.
Okay, so before we go,
I'm sure there's a dog park around you somewhere. Sorry.
Brian can go steal my dog.
No, I'm not gonna steal some shitty dog. I'm gonna do it right.
No, my mom doesn't want another dog in the house, so I gotta wait until I move out.
You're not gonna find a good one in a dog park.
I mean, some of the people there take pretty nice looking breeds.
No, I'm not talking about like the quality of the breed. I'm talking about like, don't go to a dog park.
like just ever at all.
Yeah, you love your dog. Don't take your dog to a dog park. They don't need 70 friends at once. They need one friend you can trust.
Susie would ignore the other dogs and just go around sniffing the dog park.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of them don't like engage socially there because it's a pretty overwhelming experience for them.
She would usually find like one or two friends there. We didn't take her very often because we took her once and there was this little Yorkie that kept trying to hump her because she had a bladder infection. And I wasn't.
Look, me and Ben were both like, okay.
I wasn't, outspoken enough at that point to be like, can you please do something about your dog? He's harassing my dog.
Do you want to know what I'd do if a random terrier started fucking Briar? Do you want to know how quickly that dog would be dead?
You just punch him across the park.
I
honestly just gone.
See, like now,
violate my angel.
Well, he wasn't tall enough to actually violate her, but
doesn't matter.
Her leg got
doesn't matter.
Still get punted across the field.
Now Margaret would have been like, "Hey, can you do something about your fucking dog?" Because the owner is just standing there laughing at it.
It's like, can you not?
I'm like, really?
Well, also, okay, if my Yorkie is like humping a Schnauzer bitch, my first idea is like, it might kill her. It might kill him, and like he'd deserve it. So like you have to be an idiot.
Too timid for that.
Right? Okay, but like that's lucky though. Like Schnauzers are not a dog to be fucked with. Like what?
Yeah.
Generally not.
No.
Generally not, right? So if my dog starts humping a Schnauzer, I'm like, oh boy, it could bite back. Whereas like if it starts humping a golden retriever, like, okay, what the fuck is a golden gonna do? Nothing. But like,
honestly, it probably would have been less traumatized if she was assertive enough to like snap at him.
Yeah.
Because he would have backed off.
But like, if she had
taken
taken his face off, he would have deserved it, the little twerp. But
okay, all right. Anything that's happening on their channel anytime soon that they would like to plug while we are wrapping things up? And then this has gone so long. I'm almost ready.
Doing good.
I'm awake.
Yeah, check out the
Anechoic
Chamber. Down in my description box, I have linked it. They have 2 whole episodes, which will last 6 whole hours.
A third one's coming out where we took the candidacy talk that I had to give out in about 35 minutes. Discussed it with my friend to explain what the heck I'm actually doing, and it turned into a 3-hour episode just naturally. So
that's how that
works. It's rough, but also it was fun.
Night.
Else? No, good night.
No.
Oh, you're waving at Christine, who's falling asleep.
Poor girl.
I believe that there will be a write-a-thon on Christine. Yes, I did. Brianna's calling me out for not being like, I'm at 696.
Oh yeah, for subscribers? Hell yeah.
For subscribers.
Yeah.
I would be happier about that if I wasn't absolutely certain that about half of them don't actually watch my channel. They just subscribed. My watch time says no.
It's like as much as we love subscribers, we love people interacting more.
Thank you very much, Lizzie. That's so nice.
Where did you come from, you angel?
Right?
But, yeah, I jumped from like 685 to 695 basically overnight.
Nice.
I'm like, I don't know what I did, but okay. Oh
I
no, wait,
need
I
to
think
make a
it's
video
over
You're
again.
the
awesome.
weekend. I know I am awesome. Thank you. Okay,
Oh,
so
boy.
I believe Christine is
Mhm.
doing a write-in at some point on her channel this weekend.
Awesome.
I think I'm definitely also going to do something Monday because I don't work until 3:30 p.m. So like that's a good way to end off Nano for me.
I might slide on in to your live.
Lizzie
Yes,
popped 7 because
literally,
Lizzie is
Lizzie, bless your soul.
So, anyways, and then also Brianna, who is in the chat at Coffee Books and Bullet Journals. Brianna, no, wait, we already did the sprint. Are you doing another one? I don't think you're doing another one. I lied. Merritt, though, is doing a sprint at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Correct me, Merritt. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday on their channel, which is Merritt Worthy Now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Look at all these sprints and lives.
just subscribe to everyone that I have mentioned.
Just slide into the DMs.
Yeah.
It's all that work.
Well, technically it's a public chat, but
Subscribe
same
to
thing.
my channel for another puppy next month.
Yes, I know. I'm very unhappy that I'm not in Canada right now.
Oh.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
lit. Okay.
Christine's like, I don't know what plans I made. I just do stuff that
Literally,
people tell me.
yes, that's true.
That's the nice thing about Christine is you just like, hey, Christine, we need somebody to do this. You good? And Christine is good.
I'm like, yeah, give me your time.
Unless there are dog things that need to happen.
Well, that's why
Unless there are
okay, so yeah, and then I did talk to like I have plans tomorrow to do like a COVID safe bonfire. Then we were talking about like ending it early enough, so that I can still come and write with everybody. Oh yeah, so subscribe to me for one puppy, but subscribe to Brianna for 18 puppies.
like several.
Like
We
yeah.
don't know how big the litter is going to be yet. All right.
I love puppies.
I am going to let everyone go, wrap this up because it is time for us to wrap this. It's time for me to take this makeup off. It's been on here since 11 a.m. So, anyways, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see y'all later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things.